Hey everyone, this is Vingan. I am super excited to bring you this ultimate SINoALICE reroll guide. I'm creating this guide because rerolling in SINoALICE is super easy. There's just a button for it. No need to uninstall the game, no need to clear out any cached files, it just works. Now whether you're creating a new account or an alt account, you should take advantage of rerolling to start you off on the right foot in your SINoALICE journey. Throughout this guide, I'm going to be covering all of the major classes and which weapons you should aim for. So, let's get started. When you first start SINoALICE, and before you can begin to reroll, you have to get through this cutscene with Para and Noya. I'm going to go ahead and speed through this really quickly. On the other side of this cutscene is this 11 times Grimoire summon. This is the reroll intro summon. You can do this as many times as you want. The weapons in here are static; they haven't been updated yet. So what's in here is what you get. So you go about rerolling, hit the summon button, hold down on the rope, now the book color here does matter. These brown books are going to be A rank weapons. These are basically trash weapons that you don't want. These silver books can either be S rank or SR rank weapons. The SR rank weapons are what you're really wanting, and those are the ones that we'll be covering in this guide. So to easily go about opening them all, you hit the open all button, read self-explanatory there. This opens up the brown books first, and then goes on to the silver books. Opens them one at a time so you can see what you're getting. We got one SR here and one class SR here. Not a bad roll, but they're not the same class, and they're better ones that we can get. Be a little bit careful about this open all button, as it's right above the OK button. If you're just sitting there mashing it, you might accidentally click OK here. This finalizes your results, and you can't come back here, you can't do any more rerolling, so you don't want to do that. To reroll, just click this other button, summon another Grimoire. This takes you right back here to this page with the rope pull, and there you just go on and on and on. So I'll let this play in the background while I explain which weapons we want to reroll for. The first job we're going to be covering is the Crusher job. Now, Crushers use hammers, and there's two hammers you should be looking out for when you're doing this reroll. Those are the Warden's Mallet up top and the Lord's Hammer down below. These are both cost 16, Dauntless Courage 2, or DC 2 from here on out, hammers. These are really good hammers that will take a long time to leave your main grid, so getting one or both is highly recommended. Moving on from the Crusher job, we can move on to the Breaker job. There's actually a class in this Grimoire summon that you can get for the Breaker job, and that is Cinderella Breaker. You get her from the Blade of Depravity, which is pictured below. As well as that, there's two other swords that you should be looking out for. That's Shameless Ambition up top and Swordsmith Spellbook down below. Like the hammers, these are both cost 16 DC 2 swords. Very good. Go for the class, and one or both of these would be a fantastic roll. Next up is the Paladin job. You may be noticing a pattern here, but there's two spears that you should be looking out for. Hunter's Soul up top and the Dwarven Spear down below. Like with the Breaker and the Crusher, these are both DC 2 16 cost spears. Again, really good. Will take a while to leave your main grid. Highly recommend getting both or one. After the Paladin, we have the Gunner job. Just like with all the other Vanguard jobs, there's two bows that you should be looking out for here. The Substitute Bow up top and the Tracker's Bow down below. These are also cost 16 DC 2 bows. Really good. Get one or both. No classes here. Moving on from the Vanguard jobs to the Rearguard jobs, at first we have the Minstrel. A Minstrel is very important, and not because I am a Minstrel myself, but because there's something very special about this. There aren't any Minstrel jobs available to you free to play from the story. There's one from an event that reruns occasionally, but whether that's happening or not while you're rolling this alt account or this new account, who knows? The only other classes are from Gacha. So if you're gonna play Minstrel, you have to get Gretel Minstrel. You get her from the Fiddle of Delusion, picture down below. You have to get this one. If you don't get this one, this is the only one that you're going for. At least this. If you get another of the ones I'm about to show you, that's fantastic. But you have to get the Fiddle of Delusion for Gretel Minstrel. Now, the other instruments you should be looking out for are the Insect Harp, Sealed Water, and Harpy's Harp. Insect up above, Sealed Water to the left there in the middle, and then Harpy's Harp down below. These are Support Boon 2, or SB2 from here on out, instruments. Also cost 16, that will, equally like the melee weapons, take a long time to leave your main grid because they're very solid, very good. Moving on from Minstrel, we get to the Sorcerer. There is a job for Sorcerers in this reroll. It's actually off an S rank weapon, not an SR weapon. The rest that we've been talking about have been SR weapons. And this is Pinocchio Sorcerer. You get Pinocchio Sorcerer from the Tome of Dependence down below there. Yeah, I don't recommend going for this one exclusively. It's an S rank weapon, so you'll get it eventually. You get lots of S ranks just by rolling on every banner that you can. If you pick them up, fantastic, great. Not a must-have though. Now the must-haves for Sorcerers are the Imperial Scouts notes up top, the Record of Humanity there middle left, and then the Knight's Diary down below. These are SB2 tomes that likewise will take a long time to leave your main grid. For our next to last rearguard class, we have the Clerics. There's actually 2 Cleric classes available in this reroll, and those are Alice Cleric up top and Princess Kaguya Cleric down below. You get those from their respective weapons to the left. That's the Staff of Bondage up top, and then the Staff of Masochism down below. Either of these 2 staffs are very good staffs in their own right, so we'll talk about those good staffs next. If you want to get one of these, go for the Alice Cleric staff, because the Princess Kaguya staff is an S rank staff. You'll get her eventually just by rolling over and over again. So the staff that you will be looking out for, there's 1 SR staff and 2 S rank staffs. Now you may be wondering why I'm recommending an S rank staff. All these staffs here are 2 target staffs, meaning that when you use them to heal, they'll heal 2 targets every single time. The top is our SR staff, Irreconcilable Enemy. The middle is the Engraved Blue staff, that's an S rank staff. The bottom is the Monk staff, also an S rank staff. Why I'm recommending these S rank staffs because a full 2 target grid is what you should be going for as a Cleric, and all these are really good. They'll take a long time to leave your grid because we're just now almost a year into the game getting to where you can run a full SR rank 2 target staff grid. So if you haven't been playing this long, these are going to be what you're going to be. These are going to be the weapons that you're going for all the time. Now, you may be wondering about the Mage class. There is one more rearguard class, that's the Mage. They use orbs or artifacts. It's generally considered a meme class. That's because there's not a whole lot of content for it. There's only 2 Mage jobs at the moment, I think, even out. Now, if you want to reroll for a Mage just because you want to be that meme guy, or because you just want to, you know, be really hardcore with a Mage, I can't recommend any of the orbs, honestly, in this reroll. If you want, just get 1, get 2 SR orbs, and go for it. None of these are going to be DC2 orbs in here, and that's what you're really wanting for as well, because you're trying to deal damage. So get 1, get 2, call it a day. To conclude this video, I want to give some disclaimers. First off, rerolling can take a long time. You may get a fantastic roll the first time you ever do it. You may spend 4 or 5 hours rerolling on multiple devices and not get anything. Rerolling is not an end-all be-all. You don't have to get every single good weapon to be competitive in this game. These are weapons that are always available no matter what Grimoire summon you're going for. All of these are available in the drop pool. So if you don't get one, it's not the end of the day. I recommend getting at least one of these good SR weapons, as well as 1 other SR of the same weapon type you're going for. So if you're a Paladin, look for 2 SR spears. If you don't get both of the DC2 spears, that's alright. It's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, you're just looking to fill out as much of your grid from the get-go as possible. So, hope this has been informative for you. Feel free to leave comments down below if you have any advice on what I could add to this. Feel free to reach out to me on Discord, and I hope to see you again for another video.